Hi everyone, my name is Deb Enright. Welcome to this edition of Money Matters. Today, we look at how community partnership strengthens the work of a school through the lens of our Fine Arts program. Melissa Dufreshoe, our Fine Arts Curriculum Specialist, will introduce the Fine Arts program in the Williamson County Schools. Hillsboro's band director, Cameron Gish, will join us to talk about their exciting program, as well as their cutting-edge plans to gather more resources for the band. We end our time together with P.J. Littleton, a parent whose vision transformed a portion of the fine arts offered at Hillsboro, and Mary Lee Bennett, a leader in community partnerships. Both of these folks work with the Southern Land Company. So, let's get started with our first guest, Melissa Dufreshoe.
Tinnitus is a ringing in your ears that won't stop. It's always there. It won't go away. What causes tinnitus? Being exposed to loud sounds for extended periods of time, like at a concert, sporting event, or listening to your MP3 player at excessive levels. Why does it matter to you? Because teenagers are 30% more likely to develop noise-induced hearing loss. And it all could be prevented with one of these. It is so simple. Don't let it happen to you.
And welcome back to Money Matters. My first guest is Melissa Dufreshoe, and she is the Fine Arts Curriculum Specialist here with Williamson County Schools. Melissa, welcome.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me.
Oh, I'm thrilled you're here. This is so exciting. So tell me a little bit first about your position and why you're here with Williamson County Schools.
Well, about 1 year ago, the Board of Education, in their strategic plan, decided that they wanted to grow the fine arts program in Williamson County. And as part of that, they decided to hire a curriculum specialist who would solely oversee the fine arts programs. And I started here on May 30th of 2012 as a brand new position to look at the curriculum that we're offering and to see what we have and what we can do to become a nationally recognized district in the fine arts.
So that means that there must be a vision brewing, right, in your brain about where you see where we are, and you know now where we might need to go to be a national model. So can you describe that for us, what that kind of looks like, what your vision is? Well, the first thing that I have started with is what it looks like, what the classes look like, and what we offer. Along with the leadership and the Board of Education, we want to allow our students as many opportunities as they can to take a wide variety of performing ensembles, including band, including orchestra, choirs, and as much as they can do, having those public opportunities and being able to demonstrate. As many people know, our Franklin High School band has recently been on display as a state-recognized band. Franklin and Ravenwood will be traveling to Indianapolis in March with their nationally recognized concert bands. And so these kinds of opportunities and allowing our students to have these once-in-a-lifetime opportunities is really what we want to expand. And that works into the kind of academic curriculum in what ways? Well, it is my goal that we have a vertically aligned curriculum. That means all the way from kindergarten through 12th grade that our students have access to quality instruction that is layered and becomes increasingly more complex and develops the child artistically or theatrically or musically
to their fullest ability, and beyond just introducing them to it, but really to getting them to love it and become truly embedded musicians or artists inside.
So maybe one of those folks, one of those kids who played tuba in the not the fourth grade, in middle school, might then have the chance, even if they don't pick it up again, to maybe become a founding member of a local symphony. So it sounds to me that if it's completely involved in what they're doing academically, that the arts seem to be part of just who they are anyway. Is that kind of what we're looking for?
Absolutely. We want that to be so embedded in what they do, and for them to become just artistically literate. And in fact, with the introduction of the Common Core standards, what they do in their fine arts is so much related to what they're going to be doing in all of their academic subjects, and learning to look at things in different ways and to interpret music from a variety of angles, or to interpret artwork differently. And so the skills that they are gaining in their fine arts classes are so easily transferable to everything else that they do, that we hope that they can use this, if they don't do it professionally, to find it as a way to improve their ability to find jobs, their ability to be good employers, and to increase their 21st century skills.
That's wonderful. So tell me how we as a community can get involved with the things you're doing right now this year.
Well, one of the things, we have been responding, I think, to community interest. The community has shown an interest in the fine arts. They come out in full force at the marching band exhibition. It was packed. People were sitting outside the stadium. There was so much interest in it. But besides just coming to concerts, the community can be involved in so many ways. March is Music in Our Schools Month, and one of the things that we're going to be doing in March is working with the community to tell them, bring your music to us through an instrument drive, and bring those instruments to our students so that those students who may not have access to those instruments can then play.
So if I have a flute that I played, a little while ago, and it still seems to be in pretty good condition because it hasn't been out of its box for maybe a number of years, I can bring that someplace. Where would I bring it?
Schuff's Music is volunteering their time to collect those instruments in March, and they will have some donation days where you can drop your instrument off, and they will value it and send you a value, and you can even take a tax write-off for it.
That sounds like a great program. So if someone's interested out there in getting that saxophone out of their closet or out of their attic, do they contact you? Is that the best way to do it, to contact you through the WCS EDU system?
Absolutely. You can find my email address on the Teaching and Learning website. There's a link on the WCS email, and you can also call the 472-4000, and they will send you right to me.
So in March, bring your music to school to help our kids understand how culture really is a part of their lifelong time of learning. Melissa, thank you so much for coming. This is so exciting for you to be on the show with us, and we look forward to future conversations, and I want to hear about how the March Drive went for instruments. I think that's a marvelous way for the community to just actively get involved and help you, help the kids, and maybe clear out a closet or two.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much, Melissa.
Thank you.
And we'll be back in just a moment.
Did you get a new TV?
Yeah. Plasma screen, 36-inch. What about you?
I got a new Mac computer. This thing's a little outdated.
A little.
Hi, I'm Richard Davis with the Solid Waste Department. Don't trash your old TVs and computer monitors. Bring them to the Williamson County Material Recycling Facility at 420 Century Court, Monday through Friday, 7:30 to 4. There's a $7 fee per TV or monitor. Don't forget, they contain materials that are hazardous to our health and environment.
There's 3 R's we're gonna talk about today. You gotta learn to reduce, reuse, recycle. Reduce, reuse, recycle. Reduce, reuse, recycle. Reduce, reuse, recycle. You gotta learn to recycle. You gotta learn to reduce, reuse, recycle.
Turn it in, don't toss it out.
Reduce, reuse,
And welcome back to Money Matters. I have a great story to tell, and I've brought all the really important people to help us tell that story. I want to let you know who's up here with me. This is Cameron Gish. He is the band director of the Dreamcatcher Hillsborough Middle School Band. And I have Mary Lee Bennett, who's here with Southern Land. Is it Management or Southern Land Company? How should I say it?
Southern Land Company.
Southern Land Company, thank you. And then at the very end we have PJ Littleton. And I think you're really the impetus of this story, and you're also with Southern Land.
Yes, I am.
Okay, great. Well, I'm going to start with Cameron. First of all, just to let you guys know, I just think this is a great story about people who have a dream, or an individual who has a dream and then says, how do I make it happen? And then just really makes it happen, kind of rolls out, and it all works out. And I see, at least from the story I know so far, just a tremendous future coming forward. So can you tell us, Cameron, about this story and give us an overview of the Hillsborough Middle School Band?
Yeah, it actually all started before I was even at Franklin. I was in Murray State University just getting ready to graduate. I'd applied for a couple of different jobs in Williamson County. I knew that they were really great schools, but then actually decided that I was not going to be a band director at all. I was going to change career paths. I had a job lined up working in recruiting at Murray State and had kind of figured out that. Got an interview that they called and said, hey, we'd like you to come out and interview. And I thought, well, it'd be a good experience, be something to put in my resume book to say I've done that before. I got there and I met with the administration. Miss Miller was fantastic. She was a really visionary person, had a strong leadership capacity, and I thought that she'd be an excellent person to work with. But I never found out that we didn't have a band program until I got in the interview. So I came in and I said, so there's not a band program? She's like, no, that's why we need someone. It's like, oh, well, that puts it in a whole different perspective. So at the end of the first interview, I came back, it went really well, and everything was going great. So I put down a list and started to plan, and then from there, the rest is history. And one of the things I made sure of before I got started is that there was going to be someone there to help me. And that person turned out to be PJ, but it was a really great, all the summer was fun. I mean, we spent, from the time I graduated and moved here that next weekend until school started, we really worked nonstop the whole time. It was a lot of fun. It was fun because we got to make it the program that we wanted and that he wanted his kid to be able to participate in. We built it from the very, very bottom, including instruments and equipment, all the way to the leadership and character building things that we wanted the kids to be able to experience, which is a really, really neat opportunity. And we started with 12 kids whenever I was hired, I guess you could say. We had 12 kids, and I always joked. I said, are you sure that you need me for only 12 kids? She said, well, that's why we need you, because we need to have more than 12. And as you know, Hillsborough's enrollment's really small. So getting the program to be built with 20, now 30% of the kids is really remarkable. My favorite part about the program itself is that the kids are so involved. They do everything at school, including band, and I think that's one of the things we built our program on, is we want the kids to be outstanding people, outstanding citizens of their school and community, not just great band members, which they do that as well. So it's been really, really fun just to see the progression of the kids and the program, and I'll tell you, it's an unbelievable story when you finally get to hear it. How many community partners have come together, how much money's been raised, all so that our students can have a phenomenal experience. And I speak because I had a great band experience, and I know PJ did too, and that's what has opened all these doors for us. And so we wanted those kids to be able to have the same opportunities, those same experiences, and have that same passion that we do.
So it's kind of that musical pay it forward.
It's exactly what it is.
And that's tremendous. And PJ, can you talk to us a little bit about, well, I don't know, just from the beginning. I guess I remember when I first met with you guys, I remember sitting in this extraordinarily nice band room and then being told that it really was, just a couple months ago, a storage room.
That's right.
That almost a forgotten piece of the school.
That's correct. It really was a room that teachers that had
things in their room that they wanted to get rid of and didn't know where else to put them other than a dumpster, put them in this room. And so it was really Hillsborough School's dumpster room. And I remember when we first met, Cameron and I first met, and we walked down to the room and opened the doors, and I said, oh boy, we really have a lot to do, and I am glad that you're here this early, because school was going to start in August, early August, and this was June, and we didn't have any time.
Oh, I didn't realize it was June.
Oh yeah. We had no chairs, we had no stands, we had a concrete floor, we had equipment in there that belonged to the Kids on Stage program, and everybody else's junk that got dumped into that room, and we had to find places for all that stuff to get it out, and then get in there and spit shine it, and get all the walls painted and create a really inviting, creative environment for the kids that they could take ownership of this band right from the start. We developed some branding for the band with regard to not only our campaign to start the band, which was Catch the Dream, Build the Band. We named the band the Dreamcatcher Band because it's Hillsborough Indian School, and we wanted to give a unique identity to the band so that the kids and the parents and the administration would all immediately recognize that this was a new thing at this school. So in addition to our black and red school colors, we added turquoise because we thought that was an Indian color that we could get away with adding a third color in there that would emphasize that these students are now part of a new institution in the school, and it really worked.
Well, I got to say, I think the thing that's really cool about this is not just that it's a wonderful jewel within Williamson County, but I think, and I don't know who wants to talk about it first, but I think what's really neat is that there is national recognition for somebody who has taken a vision and just run with it. So do you want to introduce that?
I would love to. I'd love to jump in and talk about it. It starts out, Bands of America is a national marching band circuit that I participated in high school. We performed exhibition in college. It's really the most renowned marching band competition in the whole country. And they host an event every year, Grand Nationals. It's the pinnacle of marching band in the country. And they do an award every year. It's called the Patrick John Hughes Parent Booster Award. It's named in honor of Patrick Hughes, who was a parent at the University of Louisville. His son was born without the ability to see, but with an incredible musical gift, and his dad fostered that gift all the way through childhood, ended up pushing his wheelchair around whenever he was in the Louisville Marching Band. And I was actually at the 2006 Bands of America when they presented him with the first award. That was my senior year of high school. And now, as soon as we got started, I immediately thought of him and thought this would be perfect. So I started brainstorming last year and actually nominated him this summer and found out that he won, and we surprised him in class a couple of weeks ago. Incredible moment. I know that's one that he won't forget, and it was definitely something our kids won't forget either. And it's awesome because he's going to get recognized in front of 30,000 people coming up.
That's fantastic. I mean, what an inspiration, really. Just a great inspiration, PJ.
Well, you know, I appreciate, you know, the accolades for this and all this, but you know, as I've said to you before, Deborah, this really was a village effort to do this. I didn't do this on my own. I had great community partners like Southern Land Company and my builder group at West Haven that, you know, stepped up. We named the campaign the Catch the Dream, Build the Band on purpose. That word build was in there intentionally so that there would be an affection by my builders to step up and help me out. And you know, one of my builders actually had a child in a music program through Williamson County as a string player at UT Chattanooga, and so he had great affection for what we were doing. He was a drummer himself and long time been in bands, and so you know, there was no question when I asked him if he could help. He said, absolutely. What do you need me to do?
Well, I love those partnerships. Mary Lee, as we come to our close, can you tell me, like, as Southern Land, what you look for when you want to partner with someone in the community? So when you thought about Williamson County Schools, what things were you looking for to help?
Well, the whole idea behind the partnerships are a win-win situation, and partnering with the schools is absolutely, it's a no-brainer. And one of the first things we did is in West Haven, we even donated the land for Perry Creek Elementary School. So when we were rezoned for Hillsborough, helping out with a community effort to do things with that school, partner with the community, and to bring more players to the table and be in a leadership role in that regard is something that we look forward to do and to continue doing as we go forward.
Yeah, I get the feeling from all three of you, and I think this is what I really like about the story is it's not just about the kids that are there now, but that it's a sustainable model. I think we've talked about that. Can you quickly talk about sustainability before
Yeah,
we have
well,
to
you know, I look at this as that we're building legacy here. You know, I got involved with this because I wanted my son to have a band experience, and he was going to be going to a school that didn't have a band. And that was just unacceptable to me. I didn't do anything exemplary or anything revolutionary. I just had a loud voice, and I kept talking with conviction about how important it was going to be for us to establish a band at this school so that this diamond in the rough school, as Dr. Looney referred to it, was not going to have 10 years or 20 years of the coal years. I wanted this to be able to establish this quickly and to not only get to 20% of our population, 30% of our population. We expect 120 kids in our band next year.
That's
There's
wonderful.
300 kids in the middle school. Now you do the math on that, you can figure out where we're going to be. And there's a reason that we've been able to do that. We created a great environment for them to learn in. We made it fun. Mr. Gish is the rock star of the school, and the kids love him and they want to perform for him. And we've established a camaraderie that's actually made a culture change at the school.
That was a great story. Thank you all for joining me so much. And now we have the delightful opportunity to hear from two of Hillsborough's own band members, Michaela and Michelangelo. Take it away. Thank you guys for being with us. Now, let's see. You've been in the band how many years?
I've been in 2 years.
Yeah, we've both been in for 2 years.
2 years.
Started last year.
So you were in the first band ever?
Yes.
Yes, that's correct.
Had you taken any band stuff before?
Never. I never even thought about taking band.
No, I didn't either.
So Michaela, tell me why you decided.
Well, my older brother plays band in high school, and so he always is like, oh, that's really cool, you should join band. So my first year, which was last year, I was like, okay, I'll try it this year, and if I don't like it, I'll just get out. So whenever I joined last year, at first I thought I wasn't going to like it, but then having Mr. Gish, it was really fun having fun here.
Oh, that's great. Tell me your story.
Well, I never thought about being in band or never thought about playing an instrument or anything, but the opportunity arose and I figured why not? I'll just try it.
That sounds great. So what instrument do you play?
I play the trombone.
Oh, that seems to be, I don't know, is it hard with the sliding of the arm?
Well, no, we learn one note at a time and you just get it stuck in your brain where that note is. Whenever you see that note in the music, my arm automatically goes there.
Oh, that's so cool. How about you?
I'm in percussion, so I have different instruments that I play.
So tell me a couple that you play.
I do bass drum, snare drum, marimba, xylophone, chimes, crash cymbals.
Okay, so trombone and percussion. So tell me, how did you choose that? Did you just walk in and go, all right, I'm going to do that? Or did you try it out? How did you choose your instrument? Instruments, I should say, for you, Michaela.
Well, my brother also does percussion, so he wanted me to do that, to like follow in his footsteps. So I tried it, and I really like it.
Great. And how about you?
Well, we came in and we were allowed to try all the different instrument options for like a couple days before school, and I liked the big mouthpiece. It was just, I found it easier to play, and I just picked that instrument.
That's great. So you all started this program from nothing, right? I think we're in what was a storage room, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So what does it mean to you to have now, 2 years later, not even 2 years later, this tremendous facility and all the instruments?
Well, it's nice that like we have the option to play whatever instrument we want. We have a lot of space. We have an awesome band teacher, and it's just a really nice room. There's a nice place where we're sitting right now. It's just really nice. I really like it.
Yeah, like I really enjoy it. Like out of nothing, I remember having like playing balls, playing everything, and then like Mr. Gish, he put in a lot of time to just fix it up, and it's really nice now. Like I really enjoy it.
Are you guys going to continue on when you go into 8th grade and into high school?
I think I'm going to. My brother continued on. He started last year and now he's in high school. And I think I'm going to too. It's just a great way to learn and have fun at the same time.
Yeah, I totally agree. Like, I really enjoy band, and I think it's like good for, like, say when you go to college and then you have a thing to do when you're in high school. Like, you get to say, "Oh, I'm in band." Like, that's like a cool thing.
Thank you, Michaela and Michelangelo. Hillsborough certainly has a lot to be proud of, not only in its band, but in its students. How very cool it is to be a member of the Hillsborough Dreamcatcher Band. And now, it's a chance for you, the viewer, to get involved and help these kids get new band instruments. There is $50,000 at stake. Please help them purchase new instruments and equipment for their band. There is a Clorox brand grant. You just need to vote once a day from November 12th through December 19th for the Hillsborough Dreamcatcher Middle School Band. Here's the address: www.powerabrightfuture.com, and anyone can vote. You can, your entire family, your relatives that live in California, your friends from school that live in the Northeast, anyone can vote. Please give them this address and encourage them to help the kids at Hillsborough. What a great story we have heard today. A member of our community wants to bring a band program into the local middle school. He works with the school leadership, pulls in community partners, many of whom have no kids in our schools anymore, and creates a fine arts experience at Hillsborough that engages over 30% of the student body. To create a national model of fine arts experiences for our students, we need ideas, commitment, and resources. We know that involvement in the arts runs deep in the lives of our students as they move on to life as an adult. Remember that percussionist who loved the volume associated with his instruments? Well, he put his mallets down a while ago and plans to become the next George Lucas of movie sound effects fame. See, the fine arts opens the world to our children. To provide programs in the fine arts befitting of the #1 school district in the state takes the commitment of our time, talent, and treasure from our community. And that's why money matters. Thank you for watching us today. And with delight, as we roll the credits, we will hear the sounds of the Dreamcatcher Hillsborough Middle School Band. See you next time.